Rice is a staple grain across many countries of the world, and yet some of us are worried about eating rice. In this video, I am going to share with you 3 easy ways to prepare and consume your rice that improve its nutrition and health quotient. If you are interested in finding out, please keep watching. Hi everyone, welcome to Simplify. My name is Nirupama. I'm a PhD in food science and a certified nutrition coach. Other than making YouTube videos, I also offer personal health consultations. If you're interested in getting in touch with me, I will leave a link to my website in the description box. Let's get started with the video. One of the main reasons we worry about eating rice is its glycemic index. White rice has a high glycemic index, which means that it gets readily digested and readily absorbed into our bloodstream and spikes our blood sugar levels. While it's true that rice has a high glycemic index, it is also true that it's not rice that's behind our blood sugar and our diabetes related issues. It's our overall lifestyle and poor dietary habits that increase our chances of lifestyle related disorders. So we must stop blaming rice for our problems. In fact, rice when consumed correctly can confer a whole lot of benefits to us. Let's find out what are these 3 ways to consume rice. Freshly cooked rice has something called digestible starch in it. When this cooked rice is cooled down, the digestible starch in rice gets converted to something called resistant starch. And resistant starch has a whole lot of benefits. Firstly, the more the resistant starch in rice, the slower its digestion and lower its glycemic index, which means that resistant starch lowers the spike in blood sugar caused by rice. So if you are somebody who's very worried about the glycemic index of rice, it might be a good idea to cook your rice and then cool it down either in the refrigerator or at room temperature for a few hours before consuming. If you choose to cool down your rice either in the refrigerator or at room temperature, doesn't mean that you have to eat or serve cold rice. You can always reheat the rice before serving it, as reheating doesn't alter the structure of resistant starch once it's formed. The second big benefit of resistant starch is that it doesn't get digested in our small intestine. Resistant starch gets fermented in our large intestine, where it also provides food for the many trillions of gut bacteria. So resistant starch also acts as a prebiotic for our gut. Traditionally known as panta bhat or poita bhat in the eastern states of India, this recipe of fermenting leftover rice is now gaining popularity because of its immense health benefits. To prepare this fermented rice, you're supposed to soak your leftover rice in water, leave it overnight and consume it the next day. Leaving the rice soaked in water overnight results in slight fermentation of the rice, which confers 2 major benefits to it. Firstly, this overnight fermented rice acts as a source of probiotics, thereby it is great for our gut health and our digestive processes. Research has shown that this fermented rice is also a source of short chain fatty acids or SCFA, which have been studied immensely for their health benefits, right from their cardioprotective, neuroprotective, anti-inflammatory and gut protective benefits. Traditionally, this overnight fermented rice is usually consumed during the hot summer months because of its cooling properties. So definitely think about fermenting your rice the next time and enjoy its many different health benefits. This tip is for all those of you who think that rice is behind your blood sugar problems and your diabetes. Let me tell you, it is not rice that is the culprit here, it is how and how much rice we consume. It is important to remember that whenever we consume rice, we must pair it up with protein from dals or meat or fish and fiber from vegetables, sabzi or a salad. If you are going to be consuming 1 small bowl of rice, match that up with 1 small bowl of dal or your meat or fish and 1 small bowl of vegetables. The protein in the dal or meat, the fiber from the vegetables and the oil or ghee used for cooking are all going to come together and slow down the digestion of rice and therefore also slow down the release of sugar from rice. So please remember that it is safe to consume rice as long as you're keeping the portion of rice under check and you're pairing it up with some protein, fiber and good fats. So a quick recap of my top 3 tips for amplifying the nutrition of rice. Number 1 is to cool down your cooked rice before consumption. Number 2 is to ferment your rice overnight, and number 3 is to keep the portion of rice under check and to pair it with a good source of protein, fiber and good fats. That's all from me for today's video. I hope this video was useful. I would love to know your thoughts on the video in the comment section, and also let me know if you have already been following some of these tips. I will see you guys in my next video. Take care until then. Bye.